Hello everybody, it's the 2nd of April, the date I said I would do my giveaway drawing. And here we are for the giveaway drawing. First things first, big thanks to everybody wishing me a happy birthday on that first video. It's been fun getting that many. As far as how my birthday went, well, it hit midnight from 25th to 26th, and I was sitting in a bowling alley surrounded with a good amount of friends, with a fine beer in my hand. Shortly after, followed by the awkward staring ahead of me whilst people were singing happy birthday to me. I mean, seriously, what are you meant to do in such a situation? You can't sing along because that would look weird. And so you just sit there like, yeah, okay, yeah. Anyway, as for the day itself, it was again filled, surrounded by friends and family with good weather and good food. So what more could you ask for, right? Well, you guys asked for more, so I'll be answering your questions now that you asked me on the other video. First question, so you plan on adding any other games? I answered this question directly, but I'll answer it here again, so everybody knows pretty much with the same answer. This is referring to the games that are up for grab right now. Short answer is no. The long answer is no, not until this set of games is gone. Otherwise, I'll have 3 or 4 lists that I need to consult to see what's still there or what isn't. So once everything is gone, or there's just some scraps left, these are the games that will be up for giveaways. I'll make my own judgment call on when I have those scraps left. Next question. If you had the option for replacing any of your limbs with a rocket launcher, which one would you pick? If I had the option to, I wouldn't pick any. Seems rather cumbersome and all that. If I had to pick, left leg, I think. It means I would still have both my arms to play video games and mash away on keyboards and do fancy and small-time things that need finesse. And I'd still be able to drive a, granted probably automatic, car. Picking anything smaller would just be embarrassing, let's say. So, hey, look, that guy has a pinky for a rocket launcher for a pinky. Wow, that's so sad. So, yeah, left leg. Final question. Do you have any interesting plans for April Fools? Maybe some interesting stories? Well, April Fools is past, and the media went wild with it again, as stating new inventions like men's bras and stuff. Anyway, for me personally, plans for this one? No, I didn't. I never really plan anything. I just keep my wits about me and try to turn the tables on any pranks that try to come after me. Which this April Fool's worked quite well. Which brings me to the second part of the question. Hopefully interesting stories. Over here, pranks, or April Fool pranks, consist of 2 things. Either scaring the heck out of someone. I don't really see why that's funny, but it's a thing. Or sending someone on a quite aptly named fool's errand. I personally was asked to go and do the latter. Yeah. With spring finally showing up, we decided to build some boxes wild bees could use for nesting. So it's like a small crate that you put like logs in and you drill holes in those logs and stuff like that. Yeah, a few boxes of those I could place next to the one we already had, which is actually quite a success. There's quite a little bit of a buzz going around. Yeah, alright. Anyway, at some point, something needed to be forced back open because we forgot something, but it needed to be done rather gently. So, somebody asked me to go and get the paper crowbar. Yeah. Anyway, such a thing clearly doesn't exist. So, it was quite clear it was a fool's error. So, I made one. Turns out if you fold a piece of paper enough times, it can become quite strong. So, after some folding using a marker to add some details to make it look like a crowbar, I put the patented paper crowbar in my back pocket and walked back outside with my head held high. First foot I set outside, everyone mentioned, "Hi, April Fools," followed by a good amount of laughter. Whipped out the paper crowbar and said, "Here you go." The yard had never been that silent, just some stuttering from our original pranksters going, but you, So that was fun. Now school, that was where it was at, when it comes down to April Fools. We had our lame jokes we pulled on the teachers, like the old eraser on the door and putting a crayon in an eraser, and all that other fun stuff. But it was much more interesting when the teachers went after us. A few of us, however, were known to cause problems and were hence never sent out on said fool's errands. Until I met a substitute teacher one unfortunate April Fool's Day. So a substitute teacher went, "Hey, can somebody go and check to see if we have a square circle in storage? We're going to need it for basic geometry." Something along those lines. I'm not very sure, I'm not quoting him exactly, but it basically came down to needing to go get a shape that doesn't exist. Immediately 7 fingers sky high into the air, 3 of those coming from people who knew what was up, one of them being mine. I was the lucky one. Now, keep in mind, this was a class teaching 8 to 9-year-olds, so, you know, not everybody was that quick on the draw. So, anyway. That's cool. Classes took about 2 hours, then you got a break, and then you had an hour and a half or something, then lunch, you know. It sort of worked. This request to get that sphere shape was stated just at the start of such a 2-hour block. Now, I was the chosen one, so full fake enthusiasm, I was going to be the hero the teacher needed and get him a square circle, or whatever I said before. Storage was a separate building across the playground. Just was kind of like a dusty, dark building where they had like shelves and cardboard boxes filled with stuff they would need throughout the year, or stuff, or where they kept certain equipment for gym and whatever. Anyway, as I trekked across the playground, I could already catch from the corner of my eye, like, have the class being glued to the window staring down, like, ah, the sucker, he's off. So yeah, I kept going. Turns out that the confiscated goods also end up in storage. So I spent the better of 2 hours playing with confiscated goods, went back, claimed I couldn't find it, sour grin on the teacher's face knowing he couldn't really do anything as he ordered me to go there, and I missed out on 2 hours of something. It wasn't geometry, because I'm pretty sure I didn't have that. I don't know, it happened when I was 8 to 9, so, you know, forgive me for not knowing the exact details. Anyway, great times though. Great times. But that's enough storytelling for today. It's time to go into the main event, namely the actual giveaway. I'm going to bring up the Excel file. Boom. Now, for most of you, this will look rather familiar, except for this and some other minor things. For those who are entering for their very first time, well, welcome to your first giveaway on my channel. Let me give you a quick rundown on how things work. Entries, get a number. Prizes, get a number. Entry numbers, prize numbers. Biggest percentage wins. How is this percentage calculated? Well, it's the percentage of times that your number came up, in a good way this time, out of 571 randomly drawn numbers, between 1 and 16 for the entries and 1 and 36 for the games. Why 571? Well, the laws of probability dictate that at 571 I got bored scrolling down. More on that later, for those who are willing to stick around. 2 more things I need to mention. Well, 3, but one that is always applicable. So I'll start off with that one. One person can only win 1 game. And if there is a draw, then no matter if one of the entries already won a game or one of the games already given away, things get re-rolled. Because I don't want to start arguing and stuff like that. On to new things. First of all, this is now a table rather than a graph, because the graph was getting too big and I couldn't see everything and it just became complicated, which is a nuisance. And finally, some people have this at their name, maybe these 4. Those were taking me up on the offer that they were allowed to give me 5 games that they didn't want. If one of those names get drawn and they get a game they didn't want, the game gets re-rolled, but the entry stays the same. Finally, this chap, Nekamau, is a patron and qualifies for double the odds on giveaways, hence why he has 2 numbers. He can still only win 1 game though. And I think we're good to go then. Right, let's do so. 3, 2, 1. We have the means of staring at tables, looking for biggest numbers. In the winners, we have 736, which seems to be the biggest one. Yep, and that is BB Benz 111. Who will be getting the game? Let's see, a 420. That seems to be the largest one in there. Alright, so BB Benz 111 gets 7, which is Frog Climbers. So everybody has had the opportunity to point out games they didn't want. For those who haven't, I'll just go and assume that they are happy to get whatever they do end up getting. Like I said on the first video, please do not look a gifted horse in the mouth. Anyway, 3, 2, 1. We have 876, which is Mattis, who will be getting, let's see, a 455. For 22. One final check, so I'm not missing anything. 15. And 22. Yep, right. 22 being Cosmonautica. Como, yeah, that'll work. Next, 3, 2, 1. We've got 841 for number 14, which is Nekamau, who will be taking... He's a special guy, so I'm going to have to check if the game he won isn't on the list of games he didn't want. I see 1 420, which I think is the biggest. Nope, there's a 438. Yep, 438, and that's a single number. 438 being Rock Climbers as well. Did I do that correctly? 7. Yeah. Huh. Popular game. Well, I can't give you a game that's already given away, so unfortunately that is going to be a reroll, I think. Yep. Sorry. 3, 2, 1. We get 8, which is low ranker, who will be receiving lots of 3s. Fortunately, it looks like 3.33 is the biggest number in there. Shows up quite a few times as well. Yep, that's a reroll. 3, 2, 1. 753, 753. Yeah, good thing I said the thing about the ties, huh? Well, it's not a reroll. 3, 2, 1. 788 seems to be the biggest, which is Le Fresh Lad. Who will be getting game number 10, which is King Arthur's Gold. One final check just to be sure. 788 is indeed the biggest, and it's single. And 473 is also the biggest. Okay, King Arthur's Gold. True the fresh lad. Gold. Kinth. Alright, 2 more. 3, 2, 1. We get 718, which is our patron again. Who will be getting, hopefully not a dupe this time around. I see a 368. $385. Yeah, 385. That looks like the biggest. And it's a single one. 385 for 13. And that is Gunpoint. Is that on the list of things he didn't want? Nope. Gunpoint. Fun game. Had it myself. Got all the achievements for it too. Nice puzzle game. Really fun. Messing around with people. One more, huh? That 3, 2, 1. We get 7. 14 and 15. Oh, jeez. Talk about a tie. Huh? Well, if that doesn't prove RNG, then I don't know what does. Okay. 788, 788. There's the biggest one. Reroll. 3, 2. 21, 11. 10. From what I can tell. Nope, 13. But he already has a game. Reroll. 3, 2, 1. 7.71. But is again duped. I mean, all the odds are fairly close together. Give me a sec, people are yelling at me for some reason. Sorry about that. What was I looking at? Was this another tie? 771. Yeah, it was. Alright, so you know I'm not cheesing the thing. And I can prove it. I feel the need to because people can get ordinary there to think odds are being rigged, and for good reason. But the chance of getting this to roll exactly as it is right now is pretty slim to none. And before you start running, oh well, you might have saved it. Saving it doesn't work. If you save the game, if you save the file and reopen it, or load it again, the numbers will change as well. If you don't believe me, I'll put this file up to download through Dropbox where you can mess around with it yourself, but I do feel like I should need to mention that. So you know it's not from ill will coming from my end. I don't know why I did hand gestures there, but I did anyway. 3, 2, 1. $858 for Aura X, who for time being will be getting Choplifter HD. Yes. Nine, 5. This was so much easier with the freaking graphs. Yep, number 9, which is our X, will be getting 5, which is Choplifter HD. Alright. Choplifter HD. And with that, we have our winners. The Fresh Lad with King Arthur's Gold, RX with Choplifter HD, BB Benz 111 with Frog Climbers, Nakama with Gunpoint, and Mattis Bagdonas with Cosmonautica. Congratulations to those 5. For those who didn't win, there will be more giveaways on my channel. When that will be is usually during milestones or holidays. I'll probably will be skipping Easter because I won't be around to set it all up. Probably. Besides that, as I mentioned before, this file will be available in the video description to download if you want to try it for yourself. And I think that is mostly it. So for those who are done now, thanks for watching. If you want to join us, congratulations. If you aren't, better luck next time. Thank you for supporting the channel just by watching and viewing. This goes out to anyone. It's been great. It's been great. My channel keeps growing. My comments keep growing, which is the most important bit. People start talking to me more. Yay! Besides that, have a pleasant day, I guess. Bye. Now for those who stick around and are interested in the wizardry that is known as probability, it is time to delve into the depths of my Excel file. Not too deep, you might get lost. Anyway, it's actually pretty simple. This is all I need. These are the drawings for entries. A select between, yeah, my OS is in Dutch. A select between 1 and 16. The 1 and 16 is 1 and 16. That's the range. And that's 571 times. As you can probably follow here, this will not change. And I will scroll down all the way again to prove my innocence in all of this. On the right side is the same thing for the game, which goes from 1 to 36. We'll go up from that side. Why not? See, it's constant the same thing. On this side, same thing, but then 1 through 36. Now these are full numbers, so it's not going to be like drawing 12.4 and round it down to 12 or 19.9 and round up to 20. If that were the case, it would be a little bit different because the person with number 1 and the first and last number would have half odds, but in this way it doesn't. Next up we have the numbers being counted up. This is number if A64 to A634, which is the column we just went down in this one. The amount of numbers where that equals 1. That equals 2, equals 3, equals 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16. And this is my quality control or whatever. This is the sum of these numbers and should always be the same, otherwise one number isn't accounted for and you just can't have that. As you'll see, this is a formula. So, that stays the same throughout the entire same thing goes for this one, but then it gets done into numbers. Number 1, number 16, once again, player percentage equals the number from here divided by the number here times 100. That gives you the percentage. So now it's 595. If you look here, 595. Next one, 630. 630. So that's legit. Another check. This is the sum of all of these, which should be 100. And it is. And that's all there really is to it. Looks like a fair system to me. Let me know if it isn't. I'll adapt things for the next one. But for now, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the series. All of them. Or some of them. And yeah, once again, if you won, congrats. If you haven't, better luck next time. And I'll see you guys on the, around on the channel and probably on the next giveaway. Bye everyone.